Hi there, welcome to another episode of Director's Critiques with your host, Sam Passer. Today we will be discussing the films of Danny Boyle. Now, if there's one thing I really notice out of all of Danny Boyle's films, it's that he has a sense of humanism in his works. Now, for the record, what I mean by that is that he's very optimistic about the human race in almost all of his films. For an example, in Trainspotting, in spite of the fact that the main character is a heroin addict and that his friends are all doped up and that they all look really screwed up in the head, and there's pretty much disgusting moments in the movie, believe me, he believes that in the end we can accomplish our goals and that we can be able to overcome our addictions. Another good example of this is in 28 Days Later, where a bunch of survivors, in the end, survive the apocalypse and are able to get through it all. In spite of all the setbacks, in spite of all doubts, they say to themselves, yes, we did it. The human race won. Another example is Slumdog Millionaire, which won him an Academy Award. This film is basically about overcoming poverty and being able to risk everything for the sake of your love. Basically, the whole theme of all of his films is that if you do it right, in spite of all of your setbacks, in spite of all your doubts, all your regrets, all your mistakes, all your anything, you can be able to achieve the impossible and be proud of yourself as a human. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that Danny Boyle seems very optimistic about the human race. Another quality of his films is that they look almost like IMAX films. It's just, I'm not sure why, but the style that he films in, the camera that he uses, and all these panoramic views that he does in a lot of his works, make it almost IMAX worthy. I mean, if I put, for an example, Slumdog Millionaire, and I put it onto the big giant IMAX screen, it would work perfectly. Well, there's no such thing as perfect, but it would work almost perfectly and seamlessly with any other IMAX film. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if I were to sum up all of Danny Boyle's works, it would be an IMAX film showcasing the glory and optimism of the human race. That's what I admire out of Danny Boyle's films. He loves humans in almost all his works. Well, basically all of his works do. That's why I'm not really surprised that he was chosen to be the artistic director of the 2012 Olympics opening ceremony, which, like all of his other works, really showcase how great it is to be a human, how awesome it is to be us, and all the amazing achievements we've done, and the benefits we've made, and the gifts we've given, and the beauty we've spread to this world. He really is a craftsman that shows the human condition in the most optimistic way possible. I really applaud that from him. My advice to all of you is that really you should start watching his films, because you might learn something about yourself, and you might feel proud about yourself as well. Believe me, I have.